we got a problem, got a problem.
Let's go. Get up. Stack club, baby. You hear that? You can't sit down to that. Okay.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy, Shigluch, LOXD Block, Silverback. Hey, yo, right now I need to shout out the ISUPK classes.
I want to give a huge, big, humongous shout out to all the UPK schools.
Shout out to Black Watch, hosted by General Johanna. Word, I need y'all to check out Cross the Line Radio as well, man. They've been open all week from 7 to 9. They ain't shut down because of the corona, the COVID and all that. They rockin' strong, you know what I mean?
Think we got a problem, but really it ain't though. It's one of me and these bitches, I count about 3, 4. Think we got a problem, but homie just all talk. He ain't gon' pop a balloon with a pitchfork. Nah, think we got a problem in the club with this dog. Rude boys, dogs, ladies, everybody.
All right, we're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Johanna. I'm also at 5000 Mataza Pabi, holding down the nice Brotherhood class. It's hosted right here at 1232 North King Street. Again, that's 1232 North King Street, man. Get down here and get your butt in class. All right. All right, before we get started, we got a lecture coming up February the 26th. It's called The State of White Supremacy. All right, we'll be at the Artscape. It's a $20 donation. If anybody wants to be a vendor, if you want to be a vendor, man, you got a product you want to sell, you got a service you sell or you offer, call 302-468-7656, man. And you can get up in there. And the venue is going to be at 205 North Market Street. All right, with that being said, tonight is Brotherhood class. We got any questions in the room? Go ahead and raise your hand. If anybody has any questions online, go ahead and type them in. We got Buffalo, New York up in the building. We got Martez, Shalom Dorothy, Ra'aha War. All right, Shalom. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with the basics. We're gonna start off with Deuteronomy 28 and 68. It's a scripture that everybody knows, but nonetheless, it's a scripture that we always have to keep pulling. You know, it has to be. You have to hear it so much that it's just ingrained in your head. You can when he reads it, you can just say it word for word. Because we always forget that we have us as Black people. We always forget that we have enemies. And in 2020, what we had 2022, you would think that it would be like the point is crystallized. What my man say? Let me crystallize this point, right, family. You would think that the point was crystallized by now, that the oppressor, that America hates us, that somehow, that when we think that somehow we're gonna resurrect some good out of America or something like that, it's not going to work, period. All we have to do is just look at history and our track record with America, our history with America, and we'll see that history never changed. And for the most part, it's one of those things where, when people say history repeats itself, right? How many times are we going to repeat being on the bottom? How many times are we going to repeat being the butt of the jokes? Everybody's jokes. How long are we going to be, just accepting being on the bottom, accepting being second class, accepting just what we accept, knowing that we fully capable of running over top of everybody on the planet Earth. We are in a like we the biggest, strongest people, and we are subservient to every race of people. And why is because the Lord is not with us. The Lord is not with us because we do not have brotherhood. We choose to love the other nations and prefer the other nations versus preferring each other. All right, Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
Okay. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Hold on. Which one you want? Hold on. You want 4?
I'm not sure of the numbers.
Go ahead.
Slocky. Check. Mic check.
Yeah, I think you good.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Right. So we all know that Egypt is the house of bondage. When the Lord says he's going to bring you into Egypt again with ships, the last time you was in Egypt, when Moses brought you out, you walked up out of Egypt. This time when you come up out of Egypt, it's going to be on a ship. So it's and then there's even just that is showing you that there's a difference. Like that what he's saying is it's a future prophecy, right? Because nowhere down there are you going to put us on those ships to take you into Egypt. It's impossible. You would just walk. So it's letting you know that it's a deeper meaning to it, right? And everybody understands this except Black people, that we are these people and that we're in Egypt. Right. Even Esau understands that. America understands that they have the children of Israel in their possession. If they didn't understand it, you wouldn't see the pyramid on one side of the dollar bill and then the eagle on the other side. They understand. You understand? They understand that we're in Egypt again. Okay. Read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
All right. What are you not going to see again? You're not going to see Israel again. And when you and that statement that Moses made was so true. It was so true because we ain't none of us seen it.
Right.
A few brothers been to Israel before. Now, I remember this was like maybe a couple years ago, maybe 2 to 3 years ago. Had to be about 3 or 4 years ago. That Captain Tazariak got a chance to go to Israel. Right, but Captain Tazariak got a chance to go see Israel, but you ain't going in there and running Israel or making no moves. You know what I'm saying? You're not going in there and making no laws or making no decisions for the people over there or nothing like that. Like, and for the most part, all of us as a whole have not been to Israel. We have not seen it. No more again. Generation after generation after generation. Mind you, because we was in Africa for a while. From 70 AD to fall of Rome, when we migrated into Africa and we started going into West Africa, we was there for a while. And guess what we did there? We started following after African culture. So when you see like the conscious community be like, well, show me Israelite culture in Africa. You're not going to see it. You know why? Because we're following after African culture. That's why we're here in America. Because we chose to follow after the other nations and we got punished.
That's right.
That's why you're not going to see it. Because we were following after African culture. Again, following after another nation again. It seems to be our MO. To not embrace ours. Like, why do we always seem like somebody else's culture is better than ours? When everybody fights to be an Israelite, everybody fights to be God's chosen people, everybody fights to call themselves who we really are. But we fight to join their culture because their culture seems funner. Like their culture will allow you to be a homosexual.
Right.
Their culture will allow you to, just do whatever you want to do. Fulfill all your lust, all your dreams, whatever the hell you want to do. And that seems more attractive. But the Lord wants us to have discipline, right? Of course, if you're gonna, if the Lord chose us to rule the earth, how are we gonna rule the earth being like lewd and lascivious people, unlawful people? Then there will never be a change in the earth.
Right.
There will never be a change.
Never.
Right. And in order for these scriptures to be true, then it has to be a change in the earth. Because the scriptures say when the
righteous.
Yeah, when the righteous are in authority, the earth will rejoice.
Right.
Right. That's what's supposed to happen. That's what the Lord said was going to happen. That's what's supposed to happen.
Damn right. Right.
And our stinking leadership doesn't want it to happen. For the life of TD Jakes, he don't want to be in rulership over white people. For the life of Mark Burns, Daryl Scott, whoever, y'all give me some names. Juanita Bynum, whoever.
Yeah,
what's the one that was the brain surgeon?
Ben Carson.
Ben Carson. These people don't want, black leadership do not want to rule over America.
Nope.
It's just so much easier for them to just sit there and take orders. You see what I'm saying? Versus stepping up and leading your people. It's just easy to just take orders from somebody else, then you just pass them on down. Could you read that again from the top?
And the Lord shall bring the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
How did we get here? With what?
With ships.
With ships. Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Mm-hmm.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
This is the man, when I hear this, it's like this. It's like this. It's like music. To me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because most black people that I talk to have been, like the brainwashing is bad. The brainwashing is bad on the black community to not want to hate. We feel like we're not able, like that's a natural emotion. We feel like we're not able to hate, but we can't figure out that we do hate. We feel like we're not allowed to hate, but that's only when it comes to other people that don't look like us. We feel like we're not allowed to hate. But it's okay when, it's me, trying to hate Kana or, Mataziala or Aitara, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's okay when I'm displaying that hatred towards you.
Yeah.
But it's not okay for me to hate this white man.
Right.
Hate this Arab or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Why? It's bad. It's like it's real bad with black people, and that's what we're going to be exposing. That's what we're going to be exposing February the 26th, and in the hopes of like that people from the world do come,
right? So
that now we can pull that veil back. You feel me? So now we can pull that veil back. At least, if not for nothing, plant a seed. Plant a seed. That seed might not grow till 10 years from now. Mataziala Negro might go to a lecture, might go to our lecture, right? Leave, never hear nothing about the truth, lecture or nothing, or anything for 10 years, and then all of a sudden he hears something like, oh, and remember us.
Right.
And that could be, what brings the catalyst to bring them into the truth. There ye shall be sold to your enemies. The Lord is telling Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians that we have enemies.
Right.
The people that we love so much. You love them rosy red cheeks. You love that dog hair. If it's in everything. If God damn, it's in everything, man.
Salaka, it was in my food the other day when I was trying to eat.
Right, when you had the chicken wings. Goddamn, Lassie in this month. Who the hell let a dog in here? Right? It's in the food. It's in everything. And we love it so much. We love him so much. We love him so much. And the Lord is saying specifically that these people that you love so much, Negro, is your enemy. Don't think that for a second That anybody outside of us that we encounter while we here in this place is not your enemy.
Right.
Not for 1 second.
Right.
Don't think that none of these people that you see around you, just because you go in there and he accept your money, think that he's cool with you. When I went to the store today. So like it, y'all. I went to the store, right? And the store was closed because the Muslim dudes was in there praying. Ain't none of these Negroes are in that neighborhood on this block wearing capri shorts in there praying with that dude, them dudes. None of these Negroes that be talking about assalamu alaikum, all that, Aki, all that.
Right.
None of them niggas in there. None of them. Ain't near one of them in there. But they can recite, like, you know how I seen this one dude. But when his videos come on, he a workout dude. He like when his videos come on, he would like recite this whole hostel. You know how they do, man.
Right, come.
You seen that? You seen the rapper? What's the rapper name? Kevin Gates. You hear how he be saying this?
Man.
They learn it and make it sound so beautiful. Why can't you take your own culture and embrace your own culture, man?
Right.
And show people how beautiful being an Israelite is.
Damn right.
Damn, because you just learn 10 Arab words.
Right.
Come on, man. We gotta stop being so weak. Weak-minded. That's what it is. It's weak-minded. And it goes back, and this is oh man. This is what it go back to. And they try to tell you that this is a fake. They try to tell you that this is fake. They try to tell you that Willie Lynch is fake.
Oh no.
But it goes back to Willie Lynch.
Yeah.
And how they would destroy it. They would destroy the father, right? They would destroy the biggest man, and in front of everybody, tie his arms tie half of them to one horse, tie half of them to another horse, and make the horses run in different directions, split this Negro in half, right? In front of everybody, the biggest Negro. You looking at him like, damn, not this dude, not him. So then now, what does the mother do? The mother teaches the son how to be, like weak, not to look the master in the eye. Why? Because she's in fear of her son dying. But she teaches that her daughter how to be strong. And Willie Lynch said, if you teach this to him, man, this would be like something that happens for years and years. It'd turn itself over. We will essentially just like, okay, they don't have to keep telling us we a slave. Mm-hmm. It'll already just be ingrained in us. It's just something that's ingrained in you. Something that it's just innate. And when your kids is born, it's just something that you teach your kids too. You don't know why. You don't even know you're doing it. Could you read that scripture, Salakia, y'all? Could you read that scripture one more time from the top?
Come. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. Mm-hmm. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
It says the Lord will bring you into Egypt again with ships. We know Egypt is a house of bondage or slavery. Okay, go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, mm-hmm. Thou shalt see it no more again.
Right. We have never seen our homeland. We have never seen Israel again. Go ahead.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
And let me, Salakia, man. I know I keep going off. And it pains me when I look at Israel, man. And I look at what the hell they doing over there. Mm-hmm. Do you know that Israel got the biggest gay day?
The gay capital of the world.
How you got the Lord? How you got the Lord's? How you got the Lord's favorite place? Mm-hmm. That's in what's that? Esdras 5:25. The Lord got
second Esdras, Comic-Con.
And in that place, men and women are prancing up and down the damn street.
Disgusting.
On holy ground, right? Not only that, the biggest organ harvesting. They trafficking women. They drugs, ecstasy pills, all that is coming out of Israel, man. And then they bring it over, okay, and then like that whole thing comes over here. Y'all ever seen they got this thing up in New York? It's like it's called Jubilee. JEW Jubilee. You don't look it up.
Yeah.
I'll just give it to you for time's sake. I'm gonna give it to you for time's sake. It's a homosexual event with all little hats. It's a little hat event, and it's just this wild, right? Salaka, you can keep going. But it pains me to see Israel, man. When I look at Israel today and see what it's become, right? And that's why I come into here when I'm tired, whatever I got to do to raise up Israel, man, so we can reclaim what's ours. Go ahead.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
Right, slave men and slave women. And do not think for a moment that black men and women, Hispanic men and women, Native American Indian women are not slaves in 2022.
Right.
We are slaves in 2022. I'm going to show you some examples of how we slaves in 2022 as well. Go ahead.
And no man shall buy you.
And no man shall buy you. Now, when you look at that word, right, they be like, see, that can't be talking about y'all. That can't be talking about y'all because y'all was bought in slavery. What would be your answer to that? It says, no man shall buy you. Wasn't we bought? 25, 35, 30. Oh, you got a nice studious brother in the back. His brother in the back right here is Bataziala. He can read some blueprints. He can he can cut some hair. Yeah, he can cut some hair. Look at him. Look at him. Give me $50. Give me $100. Give me $200. Sold $200. So we were sold. So what does that mean?
Meaning we won't be able to be bought out of the condition of slavery that we're in.
How do you mean? What you mean bought?
I mean, some people make enough money to think that they're not a slave, but until the Most High comes back. I mean, till Yahweh comes back.
But then you're still being bought, though. Well, we were still bought. So that's it. You're going to be bondmen and bondwomen. So I'm just giving it to you how, like, okay, I've heard it before, like a Christian, you know what I mean? I'm just playing devil's advocate right now.
Gotcha.
Christian advocate. Mm-hmm. How could you explain that? No, it's cool. Just
basically, you won't be saved. You're not saved.
You won't be redeemed. Like, you won't be redeemed. This is like Quaker English. You won't be redeemed. Like, nobody can redeem you or save you out of this. How many people have tried? You got everybody tried. You know, Malcolm X, I dig the brother. Like Tazaiwan, I think Tazaiwan had mentioned Malcolm X one time. You know, I dig the brother. I listened to a few of his speeches when, you know, I first came into the truth, and he was a great orator and everything like that. And you know, but he was just off.
Right.
And then you got a lot of brothers that was off. They tried, they meant well, but it didn't include the Lord.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It didn't include the one thing the only thing that can truly get us out. And so, and then you got all the way and then, okay, you got brothers who was like non-militant, and then you got like even brothers who even took the militant approach, like the Black Panthers,
right,
or like the not fucking around crew. These Negroes took their name from a movie.
Right.
I'm sitting there watching a movie, right? I'm on Netflix, right? I'm on Netflix.
I did the same thing.
I'm on Netflix. I'm cracking my toes. I got the bag of chips. Shouldn't be eating the damn chips, man. No, I shouldn't be eating them, but I got the bag of chips, got my drink. Watching the movie, what was it? Was it called The Town?
The Town.
It was called The Town. I'm watching The Town. And The Town actually was pretty good.
Right.
It was actually a pretty good movie. I know there's going to be, you know, Israel is rough. Israel in the chat, Israel rough. Israel watch a movie and be like, I hate it. You know,
right.
Israel don't get no credit, right? But for me, it was pretty decent. But the crew that was robbing everybody, they had robbed something, and then the detective was like, they're not like they're the not fucking around crew or something.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh man, I just started laughing. Yeah. I just said, no, we didn't think that we was gonna pick like something from out of a movie and that's gonna save the Lord's people. That's supposed to. the NFAC is supposed to save the Lord's people. No, the NFAC was foolish.
Con.
You understand? The NFAC went out there, had brothers and sisters standing out there, man. You know, that what they did to brothers and sisters was unbrotherly. It was unsisterly because they had brothers and sisters. Remember that everybody had gathered wherever that place was at. And they were standing out there. You see how long they were standing out there in the heat? They were standing out there in the heat. People was getting heat exhaustion and stuff like that. Brother had it was like heat exhaustion, and he ended up like shooting somebody else. Y'all do know about all that kind of stuff. Somebody out there, like they accidental gunfire. Like, what y'all doing out here, man? And we supposed to be saving the Lord's people when we shooting ourselves in the foot. Like literally. Right. The NFAC. Oh man. Somebody resurrected it. Nah, what's going on, Heat, bro? What's going on? All right, can we finish that scripture out? We gotta finish that out, man, so I can get to something else.
That was it, sir.
That's it on that? All right. Can I get after we read this article, right? So what's the whole thing surrounding Whoopi Goldberg? She's still in it. She's been like the latest like thing topping the news for like a month now. So I'm trying to really gather. Y'all know exactly what the quote. Can somebody Google like exactly what she said? Right, and I know it had something to do with the Holocaust, and it was, how could it be so horrible or something? I'm just giving it to just like maybe like Jews and Hitler because that's like white on white crime. And why can't she speak on Jewish matters? Why can't she speak on Jewish matters? She has a Jewish last name. That's not, what's her last name? Her last name Johnson? She's still through marriage, shit. So how she just picked up the last name Goldberg?
If you Google it, it says that she picked it because she didn't think she would get as famous.
Oh Lord, that's horrible. So she felt like she had to be one of them, and that's even more of slap in the face because she felt like she had to take on their last name to be successful. She had to take on their last name so that she can be accepted in Hollywood, so she could make enough money to fulfill her live out her dreams. And those very same people like, what? Who the hell are you to speak on us?
I'm trying to find a direct quote.
I think I got it in like an article or something.
Okay, here it's here.
So so did she change it? She changed it in she changed it just like on her own in the courts and all that. She's really a Johnson? Damn, she's ashamed to be a Johnson. Yeah. But her first name is really Whoopi, right? Yeah. Oh man, look, black people.
No, her first name is Karen Elaine. The name is Karen Elaine Johnson.
I'm done. Sorry. I'm done. No, you got. I was this days. What would they say? This year's old
That's
when I learned
probably
it.
summer.
Or this day's old or something like that when I learned. Golly. So she said something like that to some effect. Right. So I got this article, Matazia Allah, The Half-Truths in History. The debate over Jews and slavery. Right now, I'm not really going off into slavery too much, right? But I wanted to show you a quote in here. And then they, if you say anything about this group of people, they make you talk to their leaders and you got to come apologize 2-3 times and bend over. You know what I'm saying? And take it up the tailpipe, Yashwan. And it's sad to see black people doing it. All because you don't want to be regular no more. Like, you'll still never be regular. You know what I mean? A lot of black people, a lot of us, like black entertainers, believe that you just can't like live a regular life or something no more. Like, it has to be a life of millions and millions of dollars. No, you might just have to be like that one brother that was in the Lowe's. No, what he was like from what movie was he? He was like from the movies, and they took a picture of him. He was like in like Lowe's or in one of those places like that, and they was trying to shame him because he was light-skinned brother with like glasses. They was trying to shame him because he worked in Home Depot. You know what I mean? But then he bounced back right after that happened. Like, somebody shamed him, tried to shame him. And then he got like a movie role or something like that right after they tried to shoot him. Matazia Allah, can you go to that article? Can you go to that article, the 1, 2, 3, 4th paragraph down?
Starting some observers.
Yeah, some of the observers.
And you want to share it so that they can see it correctly.
Yeah, you can. Salagia. Brothers in online might want to read with them. I was about to say, yeah, is there any way you can make the whole screen an article? Or put me just very small?
Did it come up yet?
It came up, but it went back down. Salagia, y'all bear with us.
Yeah, my internet acting slow.
Let me add that. Boom.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah. All right, there we go. Oh, I can't. You can't. Can you scroll down to it?
Comic-Con.
Okay. That's it right there?
Comic-Con.
Oh, okay. Boom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is from the WashingtonPost.com half-truths and history article about slavery, Jews and the slave trade, I believe it says. It says some observers acknowledge that certain communities of Jews participated directly in black slavery.
Right. So you can't even. She got canceled and all that kind of stuff, right? And made to apologize and all that stuff because she mentioned something about the Holocaust.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And our people didn't have anything to do with the Holocaust. Why the hell are we being made to apologize for anything? It wasn't. We didn't do anything. Right, but those same exact people that we got to apologize to did have a hand in our slavery, a direct hand in our slavery.
Right.
And we made to apologize to them, but they never. And then when you bring up, and then when we say anything about slavery and them having any involvement in it, you know what they do? Minimize it. They minimize their role. Oh, it wasn't that many. It was these people, all these other people was doing stuff, but we had a small little role. You had a role. You had a role, period. Care how big or how small. But we know how big the role, your role was. But regardless how big or how small, you had a role. Read on.
Come on.
So it says some observers acknowledge that certain communities of Jews participated directly in black slavery, right? We understand it. It's been documented. We have plenty of books, documentaries. It's a fact. Facts are facts. Go ahead.
But in far smaller numbers than non-Jews.
There you go right there. But in far smaller numbers, there they go right there with the minimization.
Right.
Minimization of our victimization.
Right.
That's what they doing right here. Why isn't nobody made to apologize? Why is this okay, but that's not okay? What she said, and what she said is far less horrible than what is being said right here. Because they like, it's like you saying, I did do it, but Kwayaswan, you know, he was there, he did this, he kicked his teeth out, and Mataziala, he broke his leg, and they broke his ribs and stuff like that. I ain't do nothing. I just took his money out of his pockets.
Yeah,
he just took his money. Right, read on.
It
says, but in far smaller numbers than non-Jews. Go ahead.
Among the Portuguese.
So now they naming all these people that had a hand in our slavery. The Portuguese, the Dutch, English,
and French.
Then
Arabs. Or than Africans themselves.
They named everybody that had a hand in our slavery.
Wow.
And named us. Isn't that the same? Okay, well, Whoopi Goldberg, she said that something about the Holocaust, it was like white on white crime. Like, why is it so horrible as white on white crime?
Right.
And this is essentially what this dude is saying. This is what this article is saying. This article is saying that even Africans themselves, like, we sold our damn selves. We sold ourselves, and if they sold themselves, then surely you can't blame us. When you were selling, you sold yourself. That's foolish as hell. It's foolish. It's foolish. Nobody on earth sold their own people in no slavery.
Right.
Nobody. Ain't nobody selling themselves in it. Esau will, because he's a piece of garbage. He will Holocaust his own people. Yeah. Esau Holocaust his own people, but we ain't never sold ourselves into no damn slavery, and that's what they will have you believe, right? That Africans sold Africans. Read on.
To focus on the role of Jews, they say is gratuitous at best, anti-Semitic at worst.
Right. So now they got to start to throw around this term. So now if you just focus on them, it's anti-Semitic. But how can you call everybody anti-Semitic when goddamn we all Semitic? I come from Shem.
Right.
Arabs come from Shem. They'll call Arabs they'll say he's anti-Semitic. They're Semitic.
Right.
They come from Shem. What the hell are they talking about? So they coined this term. They coined this term, right? They coined this term, and then now if that word right there, if that's used against you, you can lose your job. Yo, you can lose everything, right? If they say Kwayaswan is anti-Semitic, you know what they do? They publish it. They figure out where you live at. They might publish where you live at. They might publish your job, all that. Guess what? It's going to be gone the next day. It says gratuitous at best, anti-Semitic at worst. Read on.
But to a few critics,
even
mentioning Jews and the slave trade is hateful and bigoted.
It says, but to a few critics, even mentioning Jews, and like if you mention the slave trade and Jews in the same sentence, now you're a bigot. Now you're trying to destroy them. Now you part of this conspiracy to destroy all the Jewish people, like everybody else in time, since you know what their story is, since the Second Temple and David and all that, Solomon. Mm-hmm. They got these talking points. Y'all been in Clubhouse, man. Y'all hear this stuff all the time, man. It says, but to a few critics, even mentioning Jews and the slave trade is hateful. How is it hateful for us to mention our history and the people that had a hand in it? Is it hateful? Is it hateful to mention like anybody else, like German people don't go through that. They don't say, "Oh, that's hateful because you mentioned us in the Holocaust." They don't give a damn. They proud of what they did. They proud of their history. Read on.
Khan. Jews were not significantly involved.
There you go again. They keep throwing it out there. They wasn't significantly involved. How wasn't you significantly involved when all the I got a book, right? I don't got my laptop. I got a book on my laptop, and it's what the name of that book is. But the whole book is pictures of news articles. It's news articles where it'd be like, like it'll say nine males, 8 girls. They used to put news articles for auctions on selling slaves and what kind of slaves they was going to have, how old they were, the sex of the slave and everything like that. And when you look at the bottom of that advertisement in the newspaper, it is a Cohen. It is a Levy. You mean to tell me what was some of them names that they mentioned? What's a Portuguese last name? You know any Portuguese last names? You know any Dutch? Somebody give me a French last name. I ain't seen. Put it like this: as I'm looking through those advertisements, I don't see no French last names.
Francois.
I don't see no Francois in there. I don't see no Francois.
Right.
I don't see no whatever. I don't see no French last names. I don't see no Arab last names on them advertisements, advertising slaves,
right?
And at the auctions. I don't see no Arab last names, French last names, Dutch last names, or Portuguese last names. But they are, however, Levy and Cohen and Goldberg and all that kind of stuff.
Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, ain't no Pepe Le Pews in there. Ain't no Le Pews on there. It's Goldberg, Levy. Right. It says Jews were not significantly involved. They were the ones that made like the whip had the clothes that the slaves wear, that, all the little intricate things that it took to make that the well-oiled machine of slavery run was done by these people. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Slide. Read on.
Khan. Jews were not significantly involved, they claim. Contrary to the scholarly record, much of it compiled by historians who are Jewish.
Historians that are what?
Historians who are Jewish.
You can't get around your own people.
Right.
See, what it was they was putting this stuff in the history books and all that. They didn't expect us to want to read this stuff.
Right.
What they said. You want to keep a secret from a nigga?
Yep. Put it in the book.
Yeah, nigga. Now we want to see what them secrets are.
Right.
We want to see what you've been saying about us. You don't have a race of people that just take whatever you say for face value. You messed up when you let me in college. Look, let me tell you something. They gave me. I told you I was before we started class. I was telling you about Bronx Community College. I was telling you how when I was first at Bronx Community College, when I first set foot on there, I set foot on there as a person who just came out of jail.
Right.
And I'm on work release. And I'm cleaning up the side of the highways and all that stuff. Y'all know how horrible that stuff is, man. And I ended up going to the college, right? I don't know. I just got this great idea to try to get financial aid, and they gave it to me. One of my first classes was history, a history class, and it started at the 1500s, and I wasn't the smartest. I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm just like anybody else at this. I'm just average. But I'm like, why does this start at the 1500s? Why doesn't it start at the year 1? So I'm like the type of person to ask questions. So then I started searching, and I was all around the place, and that Esau created a monster.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't have let me in them doors, right? But here we go, right here. That last part that you read, right? What it said?
It says, contrary to the scholarly record, much of it compiled by historians who are Jewish.
Now, let me give you a historian that's Jewish. Let me give you a scholar. Let me give you a scholar. That's let me turn this down. It's like I don't know why I'm on child support. Might as well just the kids just need to be here. You know what I'm saying? They just need to be here. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, I got one right here, right? It says Jewish scholar Jonathan Scorch wrote, Jewish merchants routinely possessed enormous numbers of slaves temporarily before selling them off. Enormous numbers of slaves before they sold them off. That's not my words. That's not Whoopi Goldberg's words. That's one of their cousins' words. One of their aunts or uncles' words. Right. And you know why they would sell them off real quick. You know how they would have a lot? They were the type that they would coming by the sick slaves. They were coming by the sick ones for cheap. Nurse you up to good health. What? Nurse you up to good health? Kwaya Swan? And then say you at full price? Come on, man. Wow. That's business sound right there. You know what I mean? It's good business.
They went to the auction.
You got one. You got one. Give me him. His tongue hanging out his mouth. He exhausted. He's done. He got malaria. He got malaria. He got some type of hives or something going on. Give me him. Break it out in cold sweats. Give me that dude right there, man. Get him right. Give him some elixir. Give him some type of elixir. You know what I'm talking about. Some potion. Get him right. But this is what was going on. The Jewish Encyclopedia ads. The Jewish Encyclopedia ads. The Jewish Encyclopedia ads. Jewish commercial activity in this time included a monopoly of the slave trade. It's the encyclopedia. You can't and that's why it's so important. That's why it's so important to do research. That's why it's so important for even I don't care if you got $1 million or $20 million or $1 billion. You need to be listening to a priest and prophet because we could be getting these people right. So imagine if Whoopi Goldberg had this type of information. You know what I mean? Where they know about this kind of stuff and they can fight and defend themselves. Then that's what we need. We need somebody to be able to debate on a public platform that on that level. Rich people with any facts or know that we Israelites or took a picture with an Israelite or I know that I'm an Israelite. Throw that in the song or something. Ain't nobody stand up for no damn Whoopi Goldberg. We the only ones right here. This little classroom on One West ISUPK, the only ones that gave Whoopi Goldberg some ammunition, any type of ammunition.
Right.
But you know what though? In the people's defense.
And whose defense? What people?
Us. Sorry. In Israel's defense, though, I don't think she's ever dated a black man. She's been sleeping with our enemy and our oppressor forever.
Right.
So maybe that's the reason why we're not running to her defense. Like you turned your back on us.
Okay, they don't know that though. They don't understand that. The majority of black people in entertainment sleep with white people. I just seen something today. They were saying that it was this big thing on Twitter. Y'all seen this big debate on Twitter. Somebody knocking the boots. They were saying that song right there was about a white woman.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Oh man, that's a new thing on Black Twitter. What song was it? Somebody knocking the boots.
H-Town.
All I need.
That's H-Town.
Come on, man. They was like at that. So you got some people that are saying well, at that time he was with this white woman that he had a baby by and all that. And some people were like, that song was before. I don't know. That song was before he was with. That song came out before he was with the white woman. He recorded it before it was a debate. But to your point, okay, they might not be running to her defense because of that, but a lot of black people in those upper echelon black people date white people. All of them date white people. Men, women, shit. Serena, one of them, she pregnant again. Didn't they say she was pregnant again? Oh Lord, she bring another devil into the world, man. Wow. What the scripture say about them? What the scripture say? About the wicked when they born there, they are estranged from the womb, speaking lies.
Speaking lies.
Man. Okay. She's gonna have some of them, and the crazy thing, they're gonna be chocolate.
The wicked,
chocolate Edomites.
Oh, shoot. The wicked.
Just because you chocolate don't mean that spirit is not gonna be
right.
Why? Because they're gonna grow up around a white daddy. So when they're out in the world, those little girls. I think she got a little girl, right? Nobody knows. That little girl is going to value white men. It's going to be in her spirit because her daddy's white. But she technically speaking is Esau. Not technically. She is Esau. She just looks like us. It's horrible. That's the Lord, man. Interracial marriage dating it confuses us. You know how many brothers we would probably have in the truth if it wasn't for them having white moms, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And of course, by no means am I saying anything to down or nothing. A brother that has, you know what I'm saying? Like a Edomite, whatever your parents. Those brothers that's in here are special because they're able to separate the two. They're able to understand who their mom is, right? They're able to understand that. But they're able to understand that they're supposed to still love their parents too, right? They understand, but but somebody who's in the world, how can you explain that to them? They'd be like, "What? How can you tell me that? My mom white? How am I supposed to hate white people? My mom white? Or how many? Y'all gonna hear that? Y'all gonna hear that 20 million times. Y'all go up there on the podium, they're gonna be, well, how am I supposed to hate white people and my wife is white? You're gonna have to have an answer for.
If that question comes about, can we give them that scripture which Christ said?
What Christ said?
Love your mother or your sister or your brother more than me?
I'm good. No, I'm straight. Just tell them if that question comes up, give them the scripture. Honor thy mother and father.
Right.
It's your mom. Right. Your mom just a Edomite.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Okay. Still love your mom. God damn, you ain't gotta be like, man, bitch. That's your mom, brother. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's your mom. Mm-hmm. But you just gotta understand. You gotta be strong enough mentally to understand that your mom, when y'all come back, ain't gonna be your mom. She's gonna be just, random Edomite woman. Right. You know what I'm saying? She's still who she is. She still got to pay for her crimes of her people. She still have to pay for that. She still have to, all of that still has to go down. And you got to be strong enough to accept that. You can't be so weak when you like, oh, no, I'm leaving the school because y'all saying that my mom got to pay. Right. You can hold the mic.
I'm just curious and maybe you can expand on this. But when I learned that my mom was an Edomite, I didn't feel no kind of way that she wasn't going to, that the promise wasn't for her.
Right, but some people aren't able to separate the two. Mm-hmm.
So does that mean that they weren't really in the truth? Like
that means they're not ready for it right now. Not ready for it. You're not strong enough right now to understand. You understand it, but you're not ready to accept it. That's all that is.
I never thought about it twice. Never.
Right, but that's that's why you here.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you here, and all the people that I've seen that camp that ask me questions like that, I ain't never seen none of them come in here. Never seen them come in here.
Most High in Christ for that.
Never seen them come in here. It's only these brothers that be having, like a mom from another nation or something. These brothers, man, when you see these brothers in here, man, understand that, man, that's not an easy thing to accept.
Mm-hmm.
But this brother loves this truth.
Right.
And he's willing to accept the truth, no matter how it makes you feel or no matter what it says. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You got a survival card.
I was just going to bring out that scripture you was looking for.
Go ahead.
Psalms. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 58, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
The wicked are estranged from the womb.
What does that mean, estranged? You got your blue letter up? Is that blue letter? Somebody give me that word, estranged. The wicked are estranged from the womb. I know I got it. I've got my Bible somewhere. Usually have like at the bottom of my Bible, like words I have to look up. I write the definition at the bottom so I can. You said estranged?
It's H2114. To be estranged, be a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
To become a stranger, another stranger, foreigner, an enemy,
Mm-hmm.
loathsome.
Well, we know they become our enemies as soon as you come out. How many times have we seen videos of these little kids be like, oh, black people stink, black people this, nigger this, nigger that, and they'll let that video circulate on social media, brother, to everybody at least see it once or twice. But for the life of me, I can't even say JEW.
Mm-hmm.
And they shut it down. They'll slow down the feed right while I'm talking.
Mm-hmm.
So the enemy leaves the womb, right? Read on.
They go astray as soon as they be born.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking lies.
Doing what?
Speaking lies.
That's what they do. I'm a Jew and you a nigga. You African, I'm a Jew. Any kid, any Jewish kid, they'll tell you they're a Jew real quick, right? And it's what? Speaking lies. All right. All right, that's cool. All right, Whoopi Goldberg, boom. They frying her. But guess what? She don't got nobody to speak up for her in the news. But Joe Rogan, everybody coming to that Edomite defense, ain't they? What you think, Kwayashwan? I see the wheels turning. What you think, Kwayashwan? Tell me what you thinking back there.
I don't really know much about that situation.
Joe Rogan, okay, what's coming out is that he had videos throughout the year, multiple videos of him using the word nigger, right? And so because of that, and also his COVID-19 misinformation, I don't give a damn about that. I don't give a damn about no COVID-19. Who are you to say what's misinformation or not about COVID-19, right? So I don't care about that. But really, what everybody honing in on is, his years and years of saying the word nigger. But he have all these people coming to his defense. And he have a lot of people coming to his defense. And this next article that I'm going to read, right, is somebody that's coming to his defense because they feel like they have more brotherhood with the oppressor than you and me, Kwayashwan. Like, and Mataziala. What this? You about to go out?
Come on.
All right, if you could, can you give him the one?
That's it right there. You can screen share it also, sir. It's already up.
You know which one I'm talking about?
Joe Rogan, yeah, Jay Prince.
Jay Prince. Jay Prince. All right. Every race kills each other, right? Every race kills each other. Because when I turn on the goddamn ID channel, I don't see black people. I don't see black serial killers. It's always some Edomite killing people, eating them, going from this county to that county to this county to that. Come on, man. The American Revolutionary War, the Civil War, all these wars, Edomites on Edomites.
Mm-hmm.
The guy at the Country Music Festival. All the school shootings.
like if you watch the news, you would think all that happens is black killers.
Right. And you know why, right? You know why? I got this article, and it was this dude. His name was Ron Ehrlichman. He was, I think it was Ronald Reagan. It was his top advisor. And in the article, it says that what they do is they vilify black people on the news, on TV. They vilify black people. So the article goes to explain what he was explaining was that we vilify black people on the news. And so any and everything that's bad, you'll always see associated with black people. So all the killings, all the robberies, all of this, you'll see associated with black people, as if black people are the only ones doing it. When if you've ever been in jail, white people rob and steal, and drug addicts, and they be in there, withdrawing and stealing credit cards and bank, all that stuff. They do the same thing, but you'll never see that. What he said was you'll always see a white person saving an animal. Saving an animal. Hurricane Katrina, they'll have a photo of this white fireman holding a black kid like this, and they always seem to catch it just right where he's like, you know what I mean? And that's always how you see them versus how you see us. And like you said, that's all you see. And then you know what's crazy? Half of like the murders and stuff that we see in Chicago and we see across the U.S., half of the time I'd be thinking is Edomites dressing up with black, and black skin. You can't tell me it ain't Edomite, because let me tell you something. Hollywood puts a lot of stuff in movies. And if one of these classes we had showed y'all where, they had it was so real. Remember the dude had the outfit on, and then I seen another video where the dude had put a hand on, he put a black hand on, and the hand was so good that he was able to pick up one piece of, you know how hard it is? You can barely do it with your fingers now, and your fingers are real, your fingers attached to you. But he had this Edomite had on this black hand, and he was able to pick up a piece of paper. And that's just showing you how good it's getting. And so not only that, like, okay, we seen them dressing up with black skin already, right? Did y'all see the video of the dude who had that same type of outfit on, but he was robbing a convenience store or bank? Salaki, yo. He was robbing a bank or something like that. Yeah, I'm good now. I'm tripping. You can't cough nowadays. Motherfucker probably looking at me like, yo, do you need one of them home tests, sir? Them home COVID tests. Boy, you can't cough. And then it's crazy. It's so crazy, right? It's getting to the point where you try to hold your cough. You ever try to hold a cough in before? Mm-hmm. And they be like, and then you hold the cough in so long, it just involuntary comes out, and it's just worse than if you would just cough. Just cough. Damn it. Cough. So they were showing that, like what you was just saying, what we was just saying, we see them dressing up, but in Hollywood be showing a lot of stuff sometimes. And if y'all remember that Purge, where it had black people in it, and they wanted us all to purge, but black people was out partying. Remember, black people, we was having a party like it was not taking anything serious. I was like, damn, that's kind of true. They hit that on it. Yeah, that's just how we would be in some craziness. And black people wasn't, if y'all remember that movie, black people wasn't purging enough. You remember that? Black people wasn't purging enough. So what did they do? They had the kill teams. Remember, they had them kill teams going around killing more people in the black neighborhood to make it seem like black people was purging because they was fudging the numbers. Come on, man. You can't tell me that ain't what's going on with Esau. You expect me to believe that Esau ain't got his hand in some of those murders in Chicago? Mm-hmm. Esau ain't got his hand in. Come on now. I remember when I was down south, the dudes who sold dope down when I was in Florida used to still would put on the Jamaican, you know, that Jamaican hat with the dreads coming out. You turn around and run. What the cop gonna say? Is a man with dreads? Right. So, what you think if a Edomite dressed up in blackface or something, and he commits a crime? Come on, man. We dealing with Esau here. Somebody give me Ecclesiasticus. Somebody give me Ecclesiasticus. Is it 12 and 10?
Never trust our enemy.
Right. Perfect. But the Jay Prince, don't let me forget, because we didn't. I'm off. Well, I'm on one right now. Jay Prince, though, we gotta get. Boy, y'all gotta see Jay Prince, ain't he a gangster? Jay Prince is a gangster, right? Didn't Jay Prince at one point in time tell somebody like his son has some beef? Oh, you can't come to Texas and this and that. Mm-hmm. All right. Let me get that. Officer Zariah Bakar.
Honorable Khan. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thy enemy.
Never trust that. You so for a second you think that you don't think that you for a second you don't think that I wouldn't believe that Esau would do something dressed up like a black person, like, you know what I mean, just to fudge the number, right, to make it, to set the stage, to be like, look, they're killing each other. So now we need more cops over there. You know, mm-hmm. I had to shoot him. He's violent. My shooting him is just justified. Mm-hmm. When the whole time it's the same. What they say, the same person pulling the strings.
Puppet man.
Same puppet master. I went like this to try to give y'all that was corny, right?
We got it.
Y'all got what I was saying though, right? Mm-hmm. Puppet master, man. Finish that.
Khan. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Right. So, pot, you already know, iron is always going to show its rust at some point. Esau, his wickedness is always going to show. Right. And it's always going to show. We see it now. We got cameras. They got a show out that say, I wish a Karen would. I know if y'all ever see some of the videos I'll be reposting, it's the one black dude with the glasses. He worked, yeah. Their wickedness is showing. All them videos where, hey, why are you swimming in this pool? Like their wickedness show. Why are you swimming in this pool? Why are you little kid, why are you selling lemonade? Do you live here? Why you got a key? Show me your key. What's your name? What's your address? Or, all their wickedness show, them shooting you. But then you see other people trying to justify it. They'll still have a flag, right? And make Blue Lives Matter. At the same time that black people are mourning. Good one right there. That black people are mourning, that black people are, in a state of distress, and you will still make some damn little patch to stand with the police and not stand with us, right? They'll stand with the animals first, man. Let me tell you something. Kwayashwan, I was watching Alone, right? Watching Alone. It's like Alone. It's like this documentary where these Edomites is up in Alaska, and the Edomite had to kill something, and she had got the fish and started crying. She started crying because she had to kill, because she looked at the fish's eyes before she had to eat it. But black people get murdered, and white people don't even blink an eye. Them same ones, the same ones that cry over fish, or cry because a cat is real cute, or, cry because of some stupid, your hand was up, cry because of something, are the same people that they'll see a black man die and just be like, So what? Right. They'll create a whole PETA. PETA will go and damn near die. PETA will go and stand in front of a farm or something with the trap. PETA, y'all seen it? Y'all, it was a documentary, right? Where PETA, the people from PETA, they went in there. It was like this mechanical machine going. And if I'm not mistaken, it was supposed to, you know how chickens are, they hold the chicken goes up there like with one leg and it's just like, it's horrible. God, it's just an industry. And the PETA people went and was like chaining themselves to it and all that. And the dude had started it and the PETA dude almost died, man. PETA dude was willing to die. They had to hurry up and stop the machine and all that because he had himself strapped to it. He was willing to be chop suey for what he believed in, for his love for chickens. No love for a black man. No love for a black. Any more on that? You can read it for the top just for everybody. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to get Jay Prince. Jay Prince.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10. Mm-hmm. Never trust thine enemy.
Never what?
Never trust thine enemy.
Never what?
Never trust thine enemy.
Damn, we only read 2 scriptures today, right? 2 or 3 scriptures. First scripture we start off with, you shall be sold to your enemy. Read that one more time. It's Robert Carr.
Never trust thy enemy.
Those same people that we were sold to. The Lord is warning you never to trust them. Do not trust them. Not for 1 second. Think that you can trust one of these people. Why? Because why do we feel like we can trust them anyway? Because they talk to us nice, or because they don't throw up when we standing in the same room together? The hell we think we can trust them? Because what? You gotta say that louder.
Their words are smooth like butter.
The words are smoother than butter. Right? He'd tell you, oh man, we love you. I'll tell you that when they say words are smoother than butter, you know whose face pops into my head? Joel Osteen. He got that face smoother than butter, like picture, like you know what I'm talking about, how he looks. He looks so, oh my God, he just looks so innocent.
That reminds me when they promoted me to the new position.
Uh-oh.
He sweet talking like, oh, you're special. You're the future. All this other stuff. I'm giving you a good deal.
Uh-huh.
And meanwhile, you signing me on 2 jobs. You signing me on a specialist. So I gotta do everything.
He saw fit the title. He put specialist on there. Now nigga, I got you.
As the other guys who just doing the 1 job.
But now because you're a specialist. Now
you technically you can put me on anything.
Mm-hmm.
You can have me all over the place, but everybody else don't have that same.
You top flight of the world now, Craig.
You're the future. You're young and strong.
Young and strong. Yeah, Lee, that's what they say.
You bugging real good.
But that's how Esau is, though. Yeah. That's how Esau is. I can't even walk around my job without somebody saying that. Like, man, you should be picking up the stretcher. Why would I be picking up this? Yeah, would I pick it up? It's got wheels on it. It's crazy, man. Gotta get this article before we no more on that. Zarabi Carr? For like as iron rusteth, go ahead. You can finish it on.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Read on.
Verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Right. That's what he do. He makes himself like almost like a non-threat. They do it every year. Joe Biden, he was in the restaurant. What is that right there? That's chicken. I got hot sauce in my bag. You know I like to eat chicken with my hot sauce. No, he's being humble. He's crouching. Right? And he's crouching, and then we like, we over here, we don't even see the lion crouching. We like the, like the gazelle. You eating, your ears moving. You look up, You don't hear nothing. You don't see nothing. And you go, and then before you know it, like, got you.
Mm-hmm.
Crouching, got you. Wickedness. Go ahead.
Khan. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass.
All right, you can drop that.
Khan.
Let me get. What's the Houston dude? What's his name again?
Jay Prince.
Let me get Jay Prince real quick, man. Jay Prince. What the hell Jay Prince talking about, man? What they talk about in H time, man. So remember we was mentioning, like, okay, we mentioned Joe Rogan because like those are the two top names in news right now, man, in the headlines. Go ahead.
Where was he using the N-word?
There's a video over time. I'm gonna put it like that. Over time, right? So over time, he's used it a few times, whether he was using it in context, out of context, I haven't, you know what I mean? But people have been calling him on it. You can't see this video now because Spotify and them already took it down. They already took all that stuff down. All them videos where you can find him saying nigga, they snatched them all. They snatched them all. But India Irie was one of the like main people that was like shedding light on it. And she was taking her music off of Spotify because Spotify would have people like him where they would give him $100 million for what, 4 years to have a podcast when the artists get, what did it say? 0.002? 0.002 of a penny or 0.003 of a penny. That's nothing. You know how many times somebody got to play your music to get a penny? And so she started snatching her music off. She snatched her catalog. And that gave rise to everybody, all this other stuff going on. But then you started having people trying to speak up for Joe Rogan, and it started backfiring on people like The Rock. The Rock tried to speak up for Joe Rogan, right? And then The Rock, when he tried to speak up for him without doing his research. Then when he did his research, now he retracted his damn statements. Now he retracted his statements, but guess what that did? That opened up a can of worms for The Rock because then people start doing their research on it. You know how Twitter, you know how these people are, man. Right. They start, people who mad at what you just said. All right, watch this. So they started going into The Rock. They found old videos of him talking about trannies, talking like mocking like Chinese people or something like that. Yeah. Oh, you want to you want to get up in here? All right. Watch this. You want to jump up in this fight? Watch this. And now he's on the chopping block. All these, but the point being, nobody came to help Whoopi Goldberg, but everybody coming to Joe Rogan's defense. Even like this dude DeSantis or something. He's like a somebody in Congress or something. Like, golly. And he's telling Joe Rogan, don't apologize for nothing you say or said. Right? Joe Rogan, I mean, Jay Prince being one of them. Jay Prince, I know I heard him tell niggas that they can't come to Houston no more, but you willing to defend the oppressor, man. Golly. Who got that article? Let me read that before we get up out of here. We're gonna end it with this.
It's on
here?
Yeah, Comic-Con.
Oh, my man. That's right. That's right, man. Look. Jay Prince speaks on Joe Rogan's N-word controversy. Quote, Joe Rogan is not a racist. I know this, brother. If Jay Prince don't shut up, like, rich black people are useless to...
Make sure they see that face. They know who that is.
Rich black people are useless to black people as a whole. You can never lead us in the right direction if all you're trying to do is downplay stuff, if all you're trying to do is suck the oppressor's rod. Salakia. Got to be said sometimes. Got to be said harsh sometimes. And I didn't cuss, so. Right. But come on. He's calling him brother, but then your actual brother, you'll tell him he can't come to Houston.
Right.
You got beef with him because he said something. But Joe Rogan, he can say something, and it's all love because he's the oppressor.
Right.
Because he has $100 million that you feel like you might want to be able to tap into one day.
Right.
Hey, come on, man. You trying to tap into that 100 million.
You said it. It's all about the money.
That's it.
There's no real upside. They don't really see the upside in this.
Right. Why? Because y'all don't see no value in you. You ain't got no value. You, Kwayashwan, your bank, your net worth, your worldly worth is zero. His is 100 million. I'm gonna ride with the 100 million. Go ahead. Whoever got the article.
With Joe Rogan facing backlash over his past use of the N-word and other racial slurs, and major fixture in the hip-hop industry is forgiving controversial podcast hosts.
It's forgiving. Somebody give me is there something that say let not the wrath go down on you? Oh, something like that. Go ahead, keep going.
Rap-A-Lot Records CEO Jay Prince took to Instagram on Monday to defend Rogan.
To do what?
To defend Rogan.
To do what?
To defend Rogan.
You got Jay Prince going to defend the oppressor when the oppressor thinks of you as just some nigger. And he doesn't have a problem saying it multiple times on his platforms. Go ahead.
Claiming he is not a racist.
He's not what?
Claiming he is not a racist.
He's not a racist. Okay. Black people in the world don't have a good understanding of what the word racist is. When a person in the world thinks of the word racist, they think of like the Ku Klux Klan burning your family house down, burning crosses, killing you, tying a string to you and hooking you up to the truck and dragging you down the damn street. That's what we think racism is. But racism simply is someone who loves their nation of people, someone who loves their stock of people, someone who loves their race of people, and they will do anything for their race of people to be ahead. That's all a racist is. It's very simple. It's not like, oh my God, a racist is somebody who just beat somebody in the head, kill somebody. No, it's not that. A racist, the Lord is racist. Y'all got them scriptures, man. The Most High is racist. Right. It's a breakdown.
Right.
Why? He loves his people.
Damn right.
He loves his people above everybody else. It says it in the scriptures. It's not nothing it's not bad. Right.
So like, I didn't know there was a video. Did you want me to just play the video?
You can play the video.
He might say everything in
talking. But okay. I'm gonna play the still okay.
Hello, friends.
Hold on, cue that up real quick.
Okay.
But still read because I don't know if that's Jay Prince or not.
Right, yeah, I think that's him too. Yeah.
Joe Rogan. I don't want to hear no Edomites apologizing.
Right.
Their apologies mean nothing to me.
Right.
Like how come? Like that's all you got to do? Okay. They say whatever they say and they just make an apology, right? But it's nobody really forcing them to make that apology.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It ain't no black leaders saying you got to come and you got to learn with us about slavery and how horrible slavery was and like the so-called Jews. They'll make you call the Simon Wiesenthal Center and you got to learn about this and you got to make a public statement and you got to do this. Like I don't want to I don't respect when Esau do it because Esau just be, I don't know, it's just weird. It's just a different vibe when Esau is apologizing than when a black man is apologizing. Right. Go ahead.
Joe Rogan, quote, Joe Rogan is not a racist.
Uh-huh.
Jay Prince wrote in a post.
Uh-huh. And that's the same thing that them black pastors were saying about Donald Trump. Go ahead.
I know this brother.
I know what?
I know this brother.
I know what?
I know this brother.
I know this brother. I've never seen Jay Prince say that about anybody else. I mean, maybe I need to go do my research on Jay Prince. But he thinks highly of Joe Rogan.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
It takes a sincere individual to admit when they are wrong and have fucked up about a situation.
Does it take a sincere person to admit when they're wrong? No, I can just say that just to get you out of my face.
Right.
How many times have you got in trouble? You was fighting your brother or something, they be like, or you fighting somebody, they say apologize. You be like, man, I'm sorry. That does, just because I said sorry, does that make that sincere? No, that does not. What is he talking about?
Right,
That is foolishness. Go ahead.
If I mean, Christians do it all the time.
Uh-huh. I'm sorry, Lord. I'm sorry for eating that sandwich. Matter of fact, I'm sorry now for the sandwich I'm about to eat in 10 minutes. That sandwich about to come. I'm about to eat it, Christ. I'm about to eat it, Yahuwah. I'm about to eat it, Yahuwah.
Right.
Yehudi. I'm about to eat that sandwich. So I'm gonna apologize now because it's gonna be great.
I'm sorry for the surf and turf that I'm about to eat
Right.
after Sunday morning service.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna eat it.
I'm going to eat it.
I'm gonna eat it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Because this dude was in my last job. He was like, you know, Jesus, he know my heart, but he know I gotta eat that bacon. He was already effeminate. He was effeminate. Yeah, he was like, man, he know me. I'm gonna eat my bacon. Oh man, you don't sit down somewhere, man. He was yo. So we in the warehouse, right? So we're in the warehouse, and so so we had to slice the plastic off the pallet. Boom, break the pallet down. Wow. This dude, instead of just slicing the plastic off the wrap off the jar, taking the wrap, balling it up, throw it in the place where you put the wrap, and break down the pallet. He, instead of slicing it, he was slicing and grabbing. He was like clawing at it. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. He was clawing at it, right? Right. Instead of slicing the jar, he was like clawing at the plastic and doing this at the same time. And I'm just sitting there watching, yo. And then he clawed and did that at the same time. It's just, he didn't time it right. First he was clawing. he said claw. Claw in the jar at the same time. He said swap. Ran that razor right across his finger. And all I heard was, because he ain't think nobody was watching, all I heard was the razor blade hit the ground. Bang! And he was like, I was like, yo, man, the kid is over there, man. The kid over there. I seen it. I seen it. All up in there, all effeminate. Yeah, what you doing in here, man? What you doing? These dudes. Anyway, Jay Prince.
Khan. As you can hear, he's done that, and I forgive him because I never want to become one of those people that are filled with unforgiveness and hate that we complain about all the time.
I forgave him, Kwayaswan, because I don't want to be one of those guys that's filled with unforgiveness and hate. I don't want to have unforgiveness in my heart. I don't want to hate. I don't want to have hate. But then as soon as I get on this Instagram, nigga, Kwayaswan, you better not bring your black ass to Houston because you said something to my. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
What the hell is these dudes doing, man? Like they look so foolish and they look so weak. And okay, the regular person in the world is not able to understand that, but y'all are able to understand that. And guess who else understands that? Esau looks at Jay Prince and like, Jay Prince. Go ahead.
Let this be an example to others of the sensitivity of the nigga.
Somebody could explain this, because I did not understand what he meant by these next two sentences. Go ahead.
Slack it. Let me start from the beginning.
Uh-huh.
Let this be an example to others of the sensitivity of the word nigga being said by anybody other than a nigga. LOL. Jay Prince added.
So if somebody want to break that down to me
That don't make sense.
Feel free to break that down to me. It didn't make no sense. I would try to chop it down. I was like,
Salaki, sir. It's not an example if he's not holding him accountable. He's saying he forgive him. So it's not an example at all. That sentence doesn't even make sense.
Let this be an example to the people who's sensitive about the word nigga, who's saying the word nigga, whatever. Go ahead.
Rogan issued his own apology on Instagram on Saturday morning, calling his past use of the N-word the most regretful and shameful thing I've ever had to talk about publicly.
He's able to say it's regretful and see how terrible, and he's only saying it. But Jay Prince ain't able to see how horrible it is. Salaki, go ahead.
There's a video that's out that's a compilation of me saying the N-word.
Somebody put a compilation out. I guarantee you it's somebody in black too. They put a compilation out. It probably like nigger, 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 niggers, nigger, 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 nigger. Like, how can they put a compilation out?
Right.
They shouldn't be able to put a compilation out. Compilation mean compilation. a lot of times. You said it a lot of times. You did the same behavior or the same act multiple times, and they can chop it up and put it all in one video. Go ahead.
Rogan said, it's a video that's made of clips taken out of context of me of 12 years.
I would say that too is taken out of context. Go ahead.
Taken out of context of me of 12 years of conversations on my podcast.
Yeah, how can we take that out of context? Oh, I love niggers. Niggers are great. Nigger. How can we take that out of context, Kwayashwan? Come on, man. These Edomites, you know what? They got us figured out, though. They know that's all they got to say. Mm-hmm. And guess what? Black man, we'd be like this with the guns and the pitchforks and the goddamn the machetes and all that. We'd be ready. Like, I apologize. I know that was wrong. We put the machetes and we put the pitchforks and we put the guns. We put everything away, and then we turn around. And then what happens? What happens when we turn around? Somebody blow my mind. Oh, who said that? Get that, brother. You read my mind. And with that being said, I'm going to pass the class over to Precinct Officer Matazi Allen.
Most high.
Yeah, you still on.
ISUPK security announcements. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21. And Malachi 3:8-10 means 10th in Hebrew, Ma'ashera. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest fund, which is the free will offering for the priests. It's not mandatory. Whatever amount you like to donate, or whatever size bottle you would like to donate. Upcoming holy convocations. We have the Feast of Purim, which is February the 14th through the 15th, next Monday. So come out. Make sure you come out. That's right. Make sure you just fellowship and keep this feast of Purim with your brother.
If I may add, all the sisters want to know where sisters come out in the truth. We about to read about a great sister.
Right.
A sister that most sisters should strive to be like. You know what I mean? Or at least have that type of spirit. You know, that type of spirit. You know, I can do the same exact things, but have that type of spirit. You know?
Right.
One of those sisters that only love Israel.
Right.
Go ahead. What?
Will there be a menu created?
Yeah, whatever you want to bring.
Whatever you like to bring. Anybody would like to bring anything, you're welcome to bring it all. We will be eating it. Mm-hmm. It will be ate.
Because I know that sisters be having like a menu chat or something.
Right.
Might have to go in there and check the chat out and see what's
Come
going
on. And also we have the Passover coming up. It's April 15th, Cocoa Beach, Florida. Make sure all Israel is to make the Passover. If you're able to make the Passover, you make the Passover. No excuses. Prepare now for the Passover to travel. Get your hotels, whatever you have to do. All right. And we also have a lecture coming up. This is not a high holy day, but this is something special. It's the State of White Supremacy, hosted by Officer Tazayawan and Officer Matazapa on February 26th. That's February 26th. That's on a Saturday from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. All right. So come out and support your family. And if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that being said, Men of Israel, Majin. Majin Shabbat. Majin. Barak. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shabbat Ba'atham. Sarge Yazmatah. Sarge means turn. Sisters of Majin, which means stand. Majin, Men of Israel, Majin Shabbat. Majin. Barak. Yahweh Shamar Al-Tham Ba'ashem Yahushai. Yazmatah, class dismissed. All right, cheers.